I actually, right before we came to record, I took my oldest daughter, my wife, and my kids went to go see Mockingjay Part 2. That's what I was talking about with Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, I see that one.
It's pretty solid. I can see why they broke it up into 2 films. There's just way too much story. I think they could have pulled it off with a 3-hour film, maybe 3.5, but it would have been long. But yeah, no, it's pretty solid. I'm glad they watered down the love interest kind of aspect of the whole movie. But in terms of films, I will say the Hunger Games, they're more solid than a lot of the other movies geared towards young adults.
The YA audience?
The YA audience.
You know it's better than Twilight?
Oh, it's immensely better than Twilight.
Whoa. Twilight is a... No, I can't even do it. I'm sorry.
Twilight belongs to the Smithsonian in the National Library of Congress.
In the archives.
As a mistake.
Warning. The following program contains language not suitable for younger listeners and spoilers. You have been warned.
Now beamed from the fortified bunker below Culver City, California, this is Well, That Happens Movie Review.
This week, we here at WTH watched a film. This was brought to us by Sam Renderos. It was your suggestion for this week. Sam, talk to us, brother. What's first? What do we do now?
Well, the movie of the week was Kill Me 3 Times. And we always start off with the Netflix tagline, which is, an assassin hunts down his mark in a small coastal town. But the simple job proves not so simple as he becomes entangled in a dark tale of revenge. It stars Simon Pegg, Steve I forget his last name, and Alice Braga. And so we start off playing our game of Netflix It, where everyone comes up with their own tagline. So I'm going to go with the most prepared member of Well, That Happened, Haley!
Yay! Me!
What is your Netflix tagline?
Kill me once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Wow. Awesome.
That's what you get.
Super solid.
I vote for Haley.
Yeah.
You win. You get your ass kicked this week. Wrong show.
Wrong show.
Wrong.
Yes.
All right, let's go with Todd. Netflix. Kill Me 3 Times.
All right. Alice doesn't live here anymore. In this Australian independent film starring the guy from Shaun of the Dead as a hitman. Is it funny? Kinda. But it's very, very serial.
Okay. I think I might have to vote for
That
you.
may have been my worst one.
It's all right. I won't judge.
We may have to kick your ass, too. All right.
Don't blame you.
Jeffrey Potts.
All right.
What is your Netflix tagline?
Simon Pegg stars as a hitman who's going out to kill people in a farcical dark comedy about him killing people, about people trying to kill each other, and him just kind of there watching as they try to kill each other while he tries to kill people. It's Kill Me Once, Twice, 3 times. Yeah, Haley.
Ooh, man, that is...
Wow, we are winning today.
All right.
Man.
Mine's is going to be Kill Me Once, Twice, 3 times.
Are you serious?
Yes. Kill Me Once, Twice, 3 times as we join Charlie Wolf, Killer for Hire, as he embarks on an assassination mission in the open-air insane asylum known as Australia. Bang, bang! That's what I got.
Wow, you guys like time.
Did you write Bang Bang in there?
Oh, of course, yeah. It says it right here.
You know, Sam. He writes everything he says. If he doesn't write it out, he can't say it.
That's why my texts are really weird.
It's a weird form of artism. Artism? Artism.
I'm an artiste.
Yep. Also, let us know what you think. Check out the movie and write your own tagline. Include it in our comments, and we'll read it live on the air. Speaking of comments live on the air, I understand our friend Joe Baker, friend of the show, has some comments for us. Over to you in the studios, Haley.
Joe has 3 comments today.
Once, twice, 3 times.
3 times. The first one says, Conan the Barbarian is the greatest movie about masculinity. 4 exclamation marks. All other opinions are invalid. Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women. I can't see this. I need
quote
glasses.
from the movie.
I figured.
What is best in life?
Comment number 2. by Jackson Baker. I'm drinking beer and eating cashews while listening to this podcast. That's a masculinity movie right there.
That's pretty fantastic.
And then the bottom portion was, hey, I want to see Tender. How do I see it? Tell that Ryan D guy to let us know.
There we go.
Right now, you can't see Tender because it is being held on by Proco Productions because they're trying to see if they can get it in the film festivals. And if you release it online, sometimes that prevents you from going to film festivals. So as soon as we know that it's going to be released, we'll let you know.
Yeah, Joe B, you should have listened to when we had the Proco guys on, Joseph and Brian. They told us they're holding it so they can put it out on the film circuit. Thanks for listening, Joe.
Now, remember, he was drinking beer and eating cashews.
Yeah.
Oh, it's true.
He was being manly, but
being manly.
if you want to comment about anything you've heard on the show, put it right down below or email us and not turn this into Joe Baker Hour, as much as we love you.
I have absolutely no problem with that at all.
Yeah.
We call him the fourth Beatle.
The fourth Beatle. And with that, let's Yoko on.
Wow.
So this is the time of the week when we play the game that I lose. Consistently lose. Where Sam asks us a bunch of questions about the movie that we watched.
That's right. It is question time, the once-a-week event where the person who picks the movie quizzes the rest of our co-hosts here, Haley in the command center, and my lovely friends here, Jeff and Todd. And I quiz them about the movie, which is Kill Me 3 Times, starring Simon Pegg.
Simon
All right.
Pegg.
And with that, here we go.
Here we go.
I'm going to fail this week.
Question number
Did you
one.
watch the movie?
I did, but I had it on the background while I was setting all this up, the bunker up, and so I was in and out.
Yes, our bunker comes down and then goes back up.
That's
Yeah.
true. The
We
bunker
know.
does. Question number one. What is the question that Charlie is thinking as he waits for death's cold
Haley.
embrace?
How did I end up like this? How am I going to
Close
die
enough.
like this?
How the did it come to this?
That's awesome considering I didn't watch the beginning of the film.
Yeah, I told you that part. That was the part. She came out of the bedroom and was like, okay, so here's what's going on. He's laying there. He's he's dying. He's like, he says to himself, how did I come to this?
You know what? Jeff gets half a point for helping you out on that one.
Okay,
Yes, it's a half point.
I'll accept that.
All right, question number two. What interrupts Charlie as he is about to kill a man?
Haley.
Jeff.
Haley.
His cell phone rings.
Yeah. His cell phone with that awesome music.
I was thinking about bears.
I wish it played the music from Shaun of the Dead where it goes dun, 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 dun. That would have been funny.
Question number three. Where does Lucy work?
Todd at a bar.
Incorrect.
Jeff at a clinic.
Ooh, I'm not. Judges?
At a dentist's
No.
office?
There you go.
There we are.
Hey.
It's her husband,
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Webb's dental surgery,
What was
Yeah.
the other one's name?
the Rock Hotel. Oh, her name was Alice.
Alice.
Where does Nathan inject Alice?
Todd. Neck.
Correct. It was. I thought he was going to inject her in the cunny.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking of dirty
I don't know
things.
if you can find it. Sam, you better help him with that.
Oh, be like, no. It's a little bit lower, a little bit more to the right. There you go. That's the spot. I'm going to go wait outside in the car.
Which, by the way, that scene was ridiculous because he pulls out the needle and she knows it's coming, and she was like, I don't know if this is necessary, and he's like, no, it's just gonna give you a little shot, and then all of a sudden he got very violent. He's like, ah! I was like, wow, that's doctor, holy cow!
Sometimes you gotta be firm with your patients. I forgot that this is green. Am I missing my
Yeah,
abdomen
you
Yeah.
now?
should be missing your
It's
abdomen.
gone.
Damn it.
Hilarium.
Let me close that up. Okay. Question number 5. Silver Star went down with how many meters left in the race?
Todd, pickups.
Oh,
No.
Jeff, 5.
No.
8.
No. It was 50 meters left for Silver Star to win.
Oh, that's right, the horse. I was thinking about the band, the Silver Star Pickups.
The Silver Sun pickups?
Yeah, whatever.
That's close enough. Question number 6. Where does Nathan notice? Oh, what does Nathan notice when he pulls into the gas station?
Haley.
Hey, go.
Hey, that it's closed.
No.
Todd,
Yes.
Thor.
Incorrect.
Jeff, that someone else is there.
No.
There's a truck there. Damn.
He has a flat tire. So, wrong.
Yeah.
All right, question number
I
7.
thought he noticed Thor.
I thought he saw Joe Baker.
Question number 7. What does Alice hit Nathan with?
Haley. Tire iron.
Correct. Question number 8. Where does this story all take place?
Jeff, Australia.
Where in Australia?
Does it matter?
Haley. Sydney.
Huh?
Sydney.
No.
Todd, the Outback.
Incorrect. It's Eagle's Nest. The sign that they drove by a couple
Yeah,
times. Oh,
yeah.
good Lord, guys,
Yeah.
come on. Question number 9. How does
Really
Alice...
an engaging movie.
I know. How does Alice get the bruise on her face?
Jeff, she was slapped by her husband.
Yeah, that's right. Jack hits her. Question number 10. Who does Charlie catch Alice with?
Todd, Thor.
No, but I'm pretty sure every woman will want to be with Thor.
Haley. The convenience store guy.
Yes, what's his name?
Paul.
Thor's brother.
Paul. Was that him, really?
Yeah, it was the Hemsworth.
It was the Hemsworth, the ugliest one.
It was the oldest one.
Aw.
The one that's married to Miley or gonna be married to
No,
Miley
that's the other one.
Wait, there's 3?
There's 3
Yeah,
of
there's
them.
3 Hemsworths.
Wow.
His name was Dylan. Question number 11.
That's not a real name.
Jack is always what?
Jeff,
Off.
No.
messing things up or things up.
No, he's always sorry.
Oh, I didn't even
I
have a
was gonna
guess.
say
So
gambling.
I was
Question
gonna say
number-
drunk.
Question number 12. Where does Alice hide when Jack returns?
Haley. Behind the kegs.
Correct. All right. Yeah.
Haley's won this
I
one.
don't have a single...
Question number 13. What kind of car does Charlie drive?
Todd, a Tornado.
Correct.
That was funny. I like
Question
that.
number
Now you got
14.
one.
I know cars. Look, there's something I know. God damn it,
What
it's cars.
exactly is a tornado like?
It's a car by Oldsmobile.
Oldsmobile.
Ah, okay, I don't know.
Question number 14. What?
Oldsmobile's muscle car.
Ah,
What always costs?
Todd, nothing's free in Waterworld.
Yes, but I'm talking about the movie.
No.
All right.
Oh, Todd, professionalism.
Jeff,
So
freedom.
close. No.
Uh,
Haley?
that's
It's not for you. All right. It's quality.
Oh, yeah, professionalism, quality.
Question number 15. Where does Charlie get stabbed?
Haley. In
Jeff.
the neck.
Jeff,
Incorrect.
the hand.
Correct.
He got stabbed twice, I thought.
The second time he got stabbed, the first time. I'm talking about initials. All right. And number 16. What is Eagle's Nest like, according to Charlie?
Bruges.
Haley. An asylum.
Correct. It was an open-air insane
All right.
asylum that I used as a clue in my Netflix tagline.
Nobody listens to you.
Everybody listens.
Well, we're
Nobody
listen-
listens to Haley.
The problem is, I was watching this movie with one eye and one ear kind of on other stuff.
Haley wins
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
5. Jeff, I didn't count yours. You had 2.5, and then Todd had 1. So with that brings us to the end of question time. Let us know what you thought. I know we're gonna talk about the movie next, and you'll see why. Questions weren't that good. Let's move on.
Would you say questions were but
Exactly.
Welcome back. I hope you liked that commercial brought to us by our sponsors.
Blank.
Nothing. We at this point in the show we talk about the movie. We mention our favorite scenes and whether or not we would recommend it. So since it was Samuel's movie, let's get to Samuel. Samuel, what was your favorite part of the movie?
My favorite part of the movie was the way that Simon Pegg was delivering his lines, especially once he started realizing that they were all trying to screw each other over, and he's just like, hey, hey, hey. I really like that whole
Yeah, it was
sequence.
pretty
Simon Pegg was my favorite thing about this movie.
No question.
The rest of the film, it's trying to be too clever for its own good, and I think it just blew up in its face. And so for me, Simon Pegg.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. I feel like this movie had too much it was trying to do.
Yeah, it's a shame. Beautiful movie.
The movie was too
It's
big for
very
me to
pretty.
direct.
So what was your favorite?
Honestly, my favorite thing was not necessarily a part of the film, but the idea of the film itself. Independent film is a phenomenal thing, and I have a lot of respect for independent filmmakers. And this is very clearly an independent film. There were no extras. We had just a couple of different locations. Yeah, they had Simon Pegg in it, but that was probably where the majority of their budget went into it, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if he was on the producing end of it as well. It was, for an indie film, it was done very well, and I thought they took a lot of risks, and I have a lot of respect for that. And I think that the foreign independent film market is thriving much more than the independent film market is in America. And a lot of that has to do with the way the studio systems are set up. So the idea of this movie and the way it was put together really, I thought was really well done. And I like that there is still independent film that is worth seeing coming out of other countries. I would recommend this to people who are fans of independent film, who want to make an independent movie outside of the studio system and show them, say, look, you can do it with limited budget, limited casting, limited space, and still make a pretty decent film.
Yeah.
Jeff?
My favorite part of the movie, I think, was the part where Simon Pegg is assassinating the guy in front of the bulldozer. And the fact that he just kept missing his shots, and he always kind of got annoyed by the fact that he was missing his shots. Just those little moments like that. For me, Simon Pegg obviously was the star of this film, and rightfully so, kind of took the movie and was the gravitas of this movie. He was funny, he was charming. At the same time, I actually kind of believed that he would be the smarmy kind of just hitman.
Nothing says, the mustache.
Oh my
Yeah,
god, that mustache.
It's gold.
So I really enjoyed his performance. Everybody else was, okay, and I agree with what Todd said. This is the independent film that it was. I think it was good, but it needs a little bit more work. But I think it's worth a viewing. I would recommend it for if you're a film student or anybody who just likes independent film, something different, a little off the cuff. Yeah, I think it's fine for you. And I think this would be a fun time. Is it a great movie? No. Is it fun? Sometimes. But
It's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, definitely worth a watch.
But I remembered one of the things I absolutely love about the film was the way that he had the cutouts in his trunk. He had essentially the trunk of his car was all sort of the insulation, like a Pelican box, with just the little cutouts for the parts of his gun and his weapons.
Right.
So it was all sort of insulated and protected. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
I thought that was really, very cool.
Haley?
My favorite part was towards the end when Simon Pegg is fallen off the roof or balcony or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's impaled, or he gets a phone call and it says, or he says, I'll be there in an hour, and then you see the reveal that he's impaled, and he's like, make it 2. But I just thought it was funny.
He doesn't stop being a killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently he's unstoppable, Simon Pegg. He's unstoppable. Fell off of a roof, got impaled by a T-bar,
Hit his head on those rocks.
hit his head on the rocks,
Has been stabbed.
was stabbed.
Oh my gosh. Simon Pegg's the Terminator.
Simon Pegg is the Terminator. That's true. Terrifying thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll agree with what everybody was saying here. It just, the movie kind of buckles under its own independent weight.
You know what I think the flaw was? There was nobody to root for, necessarily.
And
because
it had...
everybody's shitty in this film.
Yeah, even Alice, even though, Jack is a piece of crap to her, and she could have just walked away just cleanly.
Yeah.
Like, if it was just her trying to walk away, I think she would have been a much more, she would have been redeemable as a character. But instead, she's cheating with Dylan, and that's what makes her, you don't like her because of that. Dylan is likable up to a certain point, because he just kind of he knows that she's married, and he still goes forward with it. And, then when he starts killing people, you're like, man, this guy clearly doesn't have a heart either, because he's just real... There was no hesitation in his character in terms of how he was going to approach the murdering of people.
He didn't seem to have much of a conscience, and he didn't seem to have much charisma. His character was just sort of... It was almost as if that part was written as a device. That character wasn't even needed
No,
for
you're right.
the movie.
No,
My
you're
only
right.
problem with it was the fact that it had 13 openings, kind of skipped the middle and went, okay, and here's the end.
Yeah, there was no Act 2.
No, it was
There was
just
an Act 1 and an Act 3, but there was no Act 2.
Here's an
which is
opening,
very
here's an
strange.
opening, here's an opening,
Yeah.
and the end.
Yeah.
No, I mean, one of the things I did like is the music. The music was
It's
very
spot on.
charming with the tone of the film. it's like very cool, like 60s spy film, but murder mystery-esque kind of sounding. It really
was great.
It really came together. It's unfortunate that music was used for a film that, while trying so hard to be so good, just it had too many weak, parts to it, and it just where it collapsed on top of itself.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say I feel like this film was too much for the director.
Yeah,
the film was big, and I think I hate to say more skilled, but a more seasoned director, someone who has a lot more experience behind the camera, maybe working with this type of material, I think would have shaped it into just a slightly different film. A couple little tweaks is all this needs to be a great film.
It almost seems like this would have been a great Guy Ritchie film, but
Right.
Oh, that would have been good.
But not.
his pacing may have been. He likes to be kind of frenetic and kind of.
He does, but I feel like the storyline is very similar to some of the like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Like the characters that embody this film would fit perfectly in one of those Guy Ritchie films. And
Right.
maybe the style of Guy Ritchie's maybe not fit precisely, but I think that Guy Ritchie would have, had a better handle on this type of film.
And if Guy Ritchie had done it, I think the characters, you would have had a clear-cut character that you were rooting for. Because even in Snatch, none of those characters are really good. But you still have people that you're rooting for because of the charisma, the way they're written, the humor.
Yeah.
And that is something that this piece was missing. That's not to say that I don't recommend this film, because I absolutely do recommend this movie, because it is an independent film. It is something worth going to see, something outside the studio system, which is, I am always 100% in support of that.
Yeah, I also recommend this film. I forgot to mention that earlier. Anybody, at least one viewing. You got to watch it at least once, and you can see the things that work for it, the things that don't work for it, and you just kind of like move on from there. And support. I love independent films, man.
Well, and if you're a fan of Simon Pegg, just watch it for that, because
That's also
Simon
true.
Pegg is brilliant in this film. So.
He is very, very good. There's the one moment when he shoots the guy in the hand.
Oh, I love
and
that part.
He is the very happy Simon Pegg. Yes, ha ha!
That's great.
It's fantastic. That was a great moment.
I like that he gets stabbed even though he's trying to kill people, and he's like, "You're a psychopath."
Yeah. He's yelling. He's like, "You're all nuts, all of you. All you people are nuts. This is an open air asylum." He's a professional killer saying these things. That was pretty fun.
Well,
he
you
was
gotta
a
admit,
charming, interesting character.
Lucy, I think that's the blonde,
Lucy
right?
was the
and the other guy. They were the dumbest criminals known to man.
They
They
were
set
poorly
the
written.
outside
They were
of the
poorly
car
written.
on fire. I get what they were trying to do.
Yeah, they would have
but-
totally picked that up in forensics. They would have been like, somebody put accelerant
Like,
on
if
the
you're
car.
gonna set
Yeah.
the car on fire, at least do it from the inside. Make sure she's dead before you run it off a cliff.
They were poorly written characters, and I didn't buy their relationship.
Yeah.
Not at all.
well, because she
'cause she
cheated
was
on
banging
him
Simon
with
Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still didn't buy their relationship.
No, it was rough.
That dude was dumber than a box of rocks.
Which sucks, because he needed at least some sort of a redeeming characteristic, because that goes back to what we were saying. It just needed to be fleshed out.
I didn't like that he was a gambler. I thought that was just forced.
I think
It was the
devices.
It was the device.
Yeah.
It was the device. They needed something further the plot.
And what did you think of Kill Me 3 Times? Let us know in the comments below, or contact us at wellthathappenedpodcast.com.
Wow.
That's right. Stepping it up a notch.
I don't know. I appreciate that. We needed a little kick in the pants.
What is the movie for next week?
Oh my god.
Jeff. Free. Pots.
It is
Okay.
going to be a short film. Yes. I like short films, and I think it's like 16, 20 minutes long. It's called World of Tomorrow. It's on Netflix. It looks like a...
I've seen it. It's recommended it to me.
Yeah.
I'm excited then.
It
World
looks
of
like
Tomorrow.
it's done by the guy who did Rejected Cartoons, but I could be wrong.
Rejected Cartoons.
Yeah, it's an animated feature, animated short film. So, we'll try this out. See what we're gonna see. I don't know what we're gonna see because I haven't seen anything about it. It just was recommended to me. It looked interesting. A short film. So hey, you have 15, 20 minutes. You can watch it.
First I've ever heard. So cool.
All
I'm in.
right. Yeah, I'm in too. And,
Obviously, I don't have a choice. Fire me.
and with that, well,
Kill Me 3 times.
That happened.